A veces nos sentimos como expertos y otras solo sobrevivimos con café en mano.
Parenting is messy and chaotic, but it's not the only thing we're figuring out.
Y siempre hay algo que aprender, en inglés, español o lo que salga.
So pour yourself a cup of coffee, let's connect, learn, and laugh together over life's chaos.
Bienvenidos al primer episodio de este podcast, Un Café y una Tertulia, mi gente. Estamos en el primer episodio, chócalas. Bienvenidos, aquí estamos para hablar de cositas de la vida, parentalidad, qué opinamos de ciertas cosas. Bueno, tenemos bastantes cosas que expresar y esperamos que ustedes se conecten con nosotros, que se sientan identificados de alguna manera, y si no, pues nada, escuchen otra perspectiva. Así que nada, esperamos que ustedes disfruten esto con un cafecito y una tertulia, mi gente. Siempre, obviamente, tenemos que hablar de la manera en cómo nos conocimos, quiénes somos nosotros y toda esa historia, porque bueno, hay tertulia que dar. ¿Cómo nos conocimos? ¿Cómo nos conocimos, Leonardo? How we met. How we met.
At a bar.
At a bar.
In Miami. And you were at the bar. And I walked over to you while you were at the bar, and I grabbed your hair a little bit, but not like yanking it, but it was.
Mira, I grabbed your hair.
Yeah,
okay?
just like.
Ven aquí, chica, tú eres mía.
It was just a soft, like I just like grabbed a piece of your hair.
My reaction in that moment was like literally, like I don't know, I felt that you were drunk or something.
Tipsy, yeah.
Tipsy. And I was like, ¿qué le pasa a este gringo, chico? Fuera de aquí, fuera. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But you were alone though.
Yeah, I was alone.
You were alone. I was with my friends. And
yo estaba esperando una amiga, my roommate,
and
she disappeared.
Well, because I saw the lonely girl at the bar.
Poor girl. Let me grab her hair.
Yeah. No, I was going to get another drink, so I was already going over to the bar to get another drink. It's sad that the mojito bar is gone.
Yeah, it's sad. Yeah. That's true.
It's no longer there. But I was going to get another mojito, and I saw you standing there. So, I was like, well, let me get her attention. And I'm awkward a little bit, so that was like, I guess, the more logical way to like get your attention, but without saying anything.
Grabbing my hair.
So I didn't have to say anything.
Grabbing my hair.
Yeah.
That was a logical thing to do
at midnight, after a couple mojitos.
Yeah, I get it. You can do it. You can do it worse. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, chicken pinch.
No. But yeah, and then afterwards.
Can you imagine that?
Just pinching somebody.
to have their attention or something.
I think that would end up in a slap. Someone getting, you probably get upset or something like that. Yeah. But not a caca. Just a little bit of like, hey, come here.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's how we met.
Tú lo que me hiciste fue un cariñito, así como que, ay, qué bonita.
Yeah. But that's how we met. I mean, that was the initial way, and then afterwards, I think we said hi, like we gave each other our names. And then I think that I can't remember if you were leaving or we were leaving. Me and my friends. I can't remember if we were leaving or you were leaving, but we exchanged numbers.
I remember that time.
Yeah.
We have how many dates? Like 2, 3, something.
3.
3, right?
Yeah. Yeah, because I remember 2 times I remember picking you up from where you lived.
Kendall.
Yeah, at least twice. I
Yeah.
drove to pick you up. That I can remember that.
Y recuerdas el momento que, bueno, vamos a comer en la mañana. Mira, ¿alguna vez has comido en McDonald's?
McDonald's. Wow.
¿Alguna vez has comido en McDonald's? Y yo, no, yo nunca he comido en McDonald's. No, yo nunca, ¿qué es eso, McDonald's? Mira, I was so embarrassed because I remember very clear that you asked me and I say no, and you were surprised, like you never had McDonald's. And I was like, no, súper segura de mi respuesta. Yo, no, cualquier cosa.
Everybody's had McDonald's.
So you were going to the drive-thru.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? Pero McDonald's para mí es McDonald's. ¿Sabes? Como McDonald's. Es como, porque tú... Say McDonald's. McDonald's.
Yeah. You can say McDonald's, you know.
Bueno, es que en ese momento mi orejita no estaba educada.
Some people say Mickey's.
Mickey's.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I've heard it before.
Who?
I think my dad says that.
Let's go to Mickey's.
Yeah, I think he was the person I heard
Oh my
from.
God. Some people. No, my dad. What the fuck? Oh my God. No, pero en ese momento yo no tenía como decir, la escucha, you know, súper educada, you know, the listening thing. So, para mí era como, no era algo, en Venezuela tú lo pronuncias McDonald's.
Yeah.
Tú no lo pronuncias así como ustedes, pues. Y entonces I felt so embarrassed because I was like, you know, ¿qué va a pensar este chico about me? You know, like, que soy una gente que super poor, que no tienen esas cosas o qué sé yo.
No.
Sí, pero recuerdo ese momento. O también recuerdas en la relación que, bueno, we were married at that time, but we bought the sauce, salsa inglesa, chico.
Worcestershire sauce.
Oh my, Worcestershire.
Yeah.
No sé.
Worcestershire sauce.
No, it's so hard.
But we bought the same thing.
Yo lo compré, yo compré salsa inglesa y tú compraste. Y tú dijiste,
mira,
compré esto, mira, esta salsa es espectacular para las carnes, porque tú lo pones, que tal y cual, no sé qué. We were living together like for a month or something, right?
Like 4 or 5. I thought it was like 4 or 5 months in or something like that.
Too little. We were...
It was the beginning.
The beginning. Y yo, ay, ¿qué? Yo también compré una, mira, salsa inglesa. Es espectacular también para las carnes. Podemos mix las salsas y todo. Podemos hacer algo espectacular. Oh my God. Y compramos lo mismo.
Yeah.
Bueno,
because I read it salsa English and then in the back, in tiny little letters, Worcestershire sauce. The same shit.
Salsa inglesa. Salsa inglesa. Same. Yeah.
But no, I don't think that like I mean there's tons of stuff like that. Like like when you were talking about like McDonald's, you know, like the pronunciation of it, you know, I didn't think anything different about that. Like when you said it like that, you know, because I assume everybody's had or you know at least heard of McDonald's because they have it in Venezuela, right?
Claro.
Yeah. So I figure like it's all over the world. I mean, they have it in Japan, China, whatever. But honestly, it's just a little bit funny. But it's not like oh, I think different or whatever. You know, it's like people when they say Home Depot or like how do you say it?
Home Depot?
Yeah.
How you say that?
No. But I mean like remember the Instagram video?
Walmart.
Yeah. But it was like Home Depot.
Publix.
Stuff like that. Like yeah, it's just a little funny.
Yeah, it is. No, but I was embarrassed because if I know the word or I know that was because my answer.
Yeah.
Like you asked me if I had McDonald's before, and I say no.
Mhm.
Never? You never went to McDonald's or whatever? And I was like, no, chico, no, mira, algo nuevo para mí. ¿A qué restaurante me vas a llevar? Cuando veo eso, ay, no, por favor.
Yeah.
Y también todo lo que pasamos traduciendo cosas, Google Translate, cuando nos queríamos decir cosas súper importantes.
Yeah.
I wrote in Spanish, and you have to translate it.
Yeah.
And you wrote in English, and I have to translate that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have to translate a lot of things.
Yeah, me too. Me too. It's not like I can read every, like if it, like you were saying, if it's long text or something,
Right.
you know, there's like bigger words in there.
Uh-huh.
Like, for example, Walmart, you know, like when I'm reading it, like I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing the whole word wrong.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Or like if you use like words that, like the new, like tirua, like the new word.
Tirua.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Like if you text that to me, like, and I didn't know what it was.
Uh-huh.
I'm like tiru, like tirura, you know,
Uh-huh.
like I don't know what it is, so I have
Claro.
to Google Translate the word or something like that.
Google Translate will be like that word doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist.
Okay. It's a lot of slang.
But yeah, when I'm reading the text, like obviously there's words that I know and I can understand them, and you know I can pronounce them correctly, and then there's some words that like I don't know what they are and I can't pronounce them correctly, so I have to always translate that. But yeah.
Y ¿tú crees que, o sea, porque antes tu mamá me dijo a mí que tú dijiste at some point of your life, I don't need Spanish, I don't need to speak Spanish.
Yeah. That's true.
It's true. And I regret for that.
Yeah.
So you feel that you learn more with me than your school or something, or
yeah, 100%.
People, because you want it.
Yeah, there's an incentive behind it. There's an incentive behind it, right? But in school, because I took 3 years of Spanish, and taking Spanish classes here in the U.S., it's horrible. Like you're not going to learn anything, because a lot of it is listening and writing. But you're not. There's very few times. I'm not going to say throughout the whole entire school year you're never going to speak Spanish in the class, but it's just very little amount of times that you're going to speak Spanish. Like maybe for a test, like your teacher is going to come over and sit down with you and try to have like a conversation. But how many tests do you have throughout the year? A couple in your Spanish class, and then the rest of the tests that you do have, it's just going to be like a questionnaire, you know, like 10, 15 questions, and maybe you have to fill in the blank or like write a short little sentence, but you're not talking it. And because you're not talking it and everything's writing and just listening or watching a video or something like that, like you're not going to memorize it.
Right.
Like you don't feel the pressure to like understand it. You're just, you know, it's school. You're just passing the class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And at the same time, you don't need it.
Yeah, and then the rest of the
And
day.
it's a plus, it's a big plus.
Yeah.
Realmente tú no necesitas como que, si tú eres de aquí, eres americano y tal y cual y toda la cosa, no es como que, ay, sí, mira, voy a usar el español para mis cosas y para la vida. No, como por ejemplo yo, y no porque esté viviendo como que aquí en Estados Unidos o algo, pero el inglés es en todo el mundo, you know?
Yeah.
Es como, es un lenguaje que tú tienes que aprender, porque primero, es demasiadas oportunidades y toda la cosa, y dos, bueno, por eso, por las oportunidades. Porque me quedé pegada. Por eso, ya está.
Well, I mean, there is one
O sea, puedes comunicarte en cualquier lado. Si tú vas if you are going to China, you can communicate in English.
Yeah.
But if I'm just speak Spanish, like, people will be like, who are you? Something.
What?
I don't know, like, I don't know the
no,
language.
but you were saying that, like, learning English, like, you know, obviously there's opportunities to learning English. Well, the same thing applies here. Um, every, especially now, like imagine if you want to get a job, you know, and you only speak English. And let's say it's customer service. Like, if you know Spanish and English, like, for people, like, you can make more money, you know, because you have the dual language.
Yeah.
So there's,
That's true.
as someone from here, I mean, it's not like crazy, but like, because you can still get a job, but like, there's still some benefit, you know, to having that,
Yeah.
depending on where you
No,
work.
but yeah, it is true. Like,
Yeah.
obviously, if you speak 3 languages or whatever, obviously you have more opportunity. That means more money and all that.
Yeah.
But you know, even with little things, like if I'm living in whatever in Latin America and I wanna download an app, the terms and conditions is in English, basically. And a lot of things is in English.
Yeah.
If I wanna buy I don't know, whatever thing, it's in English. Like the instruction and whatever, you have to figure out your language if they have it in the in the paper.
Yeah. No,
Contracts, you know, a lot of rules, you know,
yeah.
all that.
Especially, like, I guess because when we were living in Miami, I mean, that's a little bit different, you know, living there.
Yeah.
The necessity to know English, but I would still say that, as you were saying, like, when it comes to like important stuff, you still have to have the English, like, like bills, or like health insurance,
Right.
or like your driver's license,
Mm-hmm.
like important things that is more official, you know. Yeah.
So, ¿qué más? Nos quedamos en la parte del Google Translate, blah, 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 blah. Well, a lot of translate things, a lot of, you know, communication issues. We still have it. That's sad.
No, it's not. It keeps things interesting.
Yeah.
A little bit of sazon.
Sazón, me gusta. Adobito.
Yeah.
Y mojo.
Oh my god.
No, pero sí. Keep things interesting.
Yeah.
And después de 2 bebés.
At the same time, like, I did pick up a lot of Spanish along the way.
Sí.
Between you and your family, I picked up a lot of Spanish.
¿Cómo qué?
¿Cómo que qué?
¿Cómo que qué? ¿Qué te pasa, chica? También te puedo responder en español.
Sí, porque yo puedo translate los textos, y por eso yo puedo entender y hablar más.
Claro.
Y también porque tú sabes mucho más inglés, especialmente ahora. Pero tu familia, más o menos. Entonces yo tengo.
I hope my family they don't watch this video. No, I'm kidding.
No, pero por eso yo necesito, tengo la fuerza para hablar. Sí. Yeah. So that's why it's kind of like, it's a little bit of pressure because you have to do it. But at the same time, there's a lot of benefits that come back from it.
Right.
Yeah, like I was saying, because if, like, imagine 2 people with the same language, like, you're chit-chatting, talking, whatever, but maybe you're only listening to 50% of the conversation because you're like, I know what they're talking about. You know?
Claro.
But if it's 2 people that don't understand each other, right? 2 different languages, you have to focus. You have to watch. You have to concentrate. And you have to listen to each word of the conversation. So because of that, like, yeah, maybe maybe you miss some of it,
Uh-huh.
of the conversation because of the language barrier, but at the same time, like you were saying, you have to concentrate. So to me, you're actually picking up a lot more of the conversation than two people that do have the same
Claro.
language.
A veces da como flojera, like
Yeah.
sometimes you are lazy to, be so concentrate,
Mm-hmm.
so focused and and watch, read, listening, speak.
Yeah.
Even I think the most like mean thing when you are in that situation, it's right, like because you want to say a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So for writing is a little bit annoying, I think.
Like writing in English.
No, in another language,
Yeah. I mean, like you, like writing in English.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
why, in the beginning I was more like, writing in Spanish because I know you can just click,
Translate.
copy, paste, translate. Ah,
Yeah.
sí, ya sé lo que ella está hablando.
Yeah.
Instead, I was like, try to figure out, the words. Back then I didn't have like a lot of vocabulary or whatever, so that's the thing.
That's the same with me.
Yeah. Después de muchas cosas, ya vamos para 5 años de casados y de esposos, después de tantas cosas, tener 2 niñas, tanto trabajo, tantas cositas.
Moved a lot.
Nos hemos mudado muchas veces, es verdad.
Yeah.
Young people together. So, here we are.
Yeah.
Ahora tú sabes más español.
No.
Sí sabes español. Lo que pasa es que, bueno, ajá. Y bueno, ya, sí,
Yeah.
hablar.
Maybe I'll speak more Spanish here.
Ajá.
But I have to warm up to it. Like I'm more comfortable speaking Spanish to your family.
Sacando el sazón en este momento para que hable español.
Yeah. Maybe the cafe will switch to beer or wine later on.
Oh.
And then more Spanish can come out.
Un vino y una tertulia. Me parece. Ay, estoy feliz de este primer episodio.
Yeah.
Te amo.
Yeah.
I love you.
Love you too.
Besitos.
Yeah.